So Steve, there's probably a lot of marketers out there who right now are thinking, that sounds great, but it also sounds like a lot of work. How would you advise marketers to approach this and where to start?
Chill out. Seriously, I mean, that sounds like it's like a glib statement, but just start, focus on, find 4 or 5 customers that are a great fit that you'd be able to use in the program. So what might those 4 or 5 customers look like, Chris? So you might say, for example, have your biggest customer and you know that you don't have their share of wallet or the majority of the share of wallet. You wouldn't want to focus on someone you've got 90% of the share of wallet, for example, because there's no scope. But if there was an opportunity, then you'd go for that. Or there might be a customer that might be looking like you might lose them, so they might be at risk. And therefore that whole focus and that focus of love and attention might be actually start to pay dividends and start to actually change the needle, like Simon was talking about earlier. You might also have like a large loyal client who you know is going to be able to go on the journey with you, who is willing to go on the journey, and the fit is much broader than everyone getting on really well, but actually that your products and services are going to make a measurable and meaningful difference to their business. And the most important thing is to get on with it, get started. And on all of those 4 or 5 accounts that you're looking at that could be a part of your focus, is you're absolutely looking for quick wins. If you're running a pilot program, if you want to extend it and you want to unlock the value of an ABM program more broadly, is make your pilot program an absolute winner.
And Simon, Steve just mentioned a pilot program. How would you recommend a marketer go about putting something like that together?
Well, Steve's talking about this idea of getting attitude fast, using a pilot, going after 4 or 5 accounts. And our perspective on that is that ABM is not just about marketing, it's not just about sales, it's about bringing the entire organisation on board and along with you on the journey, because you need the entire organisation to be able to focus on delivering value to the client. To do that, put together a Tiger team. And the Tiger team's lean, it's agile, and it's trying to get the quick wins that you're after. So the first thing you want is an executive sponsor, someone who can actually remove barriers, get the rest of the organisation on board, bring the resource in when it's required, and really make things happen. Then you want a marketing lead, and the marketing lead is someone who's actually just a really good, capable marcoms and strategic and marcoms person, and also has good project management skills, because day to day they're going to own the program. Sales director has to be on board. Sales director is accountable for the outcome, and if they're not on board, then you've got a bit of a challenge. Then you've got the account manager for the accounts. And the thing we'd say about the account managers is that sometimes the best person to pick isn't actually the person who owns the account at the moment, but the person who's got the right attitude. Attitude's so important in ABM. You need people who can actually get on board and believes in it. So take attitude first and then aptitude. So aptitude is about, have they got the selling skills, are they able to influence, do they have the right relationships in the clients? So the account manager is obviously key critical, particularly in a pilot, because you're keeping it pretty small and keeping it pretty intimate. And then finally, subject matter experts. You know, you could bloat your team pretty easily by putting lots and lots of people onto the program, right? But actually, if you bring SMEs in, and that's the executive sponsor's job, is to bring the subject matter experts in as required. So Costa talked earlier about pre-sales folks, post-sales folks, admin folks. Bring them in as required, and they're there to provide insights about the client and provide different perspectives on how you might be able to win. But the thing is, keep it tight, make it a Tiger team, focus on attitude, get the right people, people who want to make it successful, people who believe this will make a meaningful difference to the business and are actually willing to try something new.
You know, there's one key word that you just said there, Simon, that really resonated with me, and that's the word attitude. And I'm a firm believer in that. And you start to look at things like professional athletes, right? You're only going to be as good at a sport as what you put into it.
Yeah.
And that same thing applies over to the professional world in the sales space. And if you don't have that Tiger team all on the same page, really driving towards an outcome, a successful account-based marketing strategy with account growth, it's not going to happen.
Oh,
and really, everyone kind of needs to be invested into that concept to make sure and drive it through from end to end.
Yeah, oh my word, I agree absolutely, Costa. Attitude is everything in this.